everybody! It is fraction time. All right, let's do this. We're looking at this 100 grid, right? That typically represents 100. But now we're having it represent that really, the ones, the small little guy that we've magnified with our magnifying glass. And this is what it looks like, right? Because $1 is broken up into 100 cents, okay? So if we take this $1, 100 cents, and we cut it up, and we cut right here, and we cut right here, and we cut all these tens out, and then we make it into this down here, a number line. Look at this. And so if we start at the left, we have nothing, 0 cents. But if we go right here, we have 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 hundredths, 5 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 7 hundredths, 8 hundredths, 9 hundredths, 10 hundredths. And if I kept counting, which would take forever, I could get all the way to 100 cents or $1. All right. So it's another way to see these decimal fraction numbers using this number line strip. And as you can see, now if you go to each part where the color changes, we have the fraction and the decimal written out. So this right here could be called 1/10, because look at that. It is 1 of the tenths of the dollar. Yeah? Or we could write that in a decimal form as 0.1. And if you want that ghost 0 there, when we're talking money, that would be 10 cents or 1/10 of a dollar. Then I go here, and then what is this called? 2/10. And then written as a decimal, 0.2. You could also read that as 2/10 because the 2 is in the tenths place, and it just keeps going like that in that pattern. Now, if you didn't write it as tenths, you could also write it as hundredths. So if I go this far, this is worth 1/10, or it's worth what? How many hundredths? Say it before I show it. Oh man, it's 3, 2, 1. 10. 10 of those hundredths. And if we write that in money, there it is, 0.10. And see, now that 0 is written in, it's not a ghost anymore. And if it makes you feel better with the decimal when we're thinking money, you could put that money symbol at the front to say, oh yeah, that's 10 cents. Okay? Whereas this right here is worth 1/100th. And when I write that as a decimal, 1/100th would not be 0.1. No, that would be 1/10 right here with that ghost 0. That's really 10 cents, you guys. So when I write 1/100th, it would be 0.01. And that 1 is now in the hundredths place. And when we're talking money, that is what 1 cent looks like. Okay? And what can you buy with 1 cent? I don't know. Maybe something at a garage sale. Okay? All right, we have 20 hundredths. What do we have here? In 3, 2, 1, 30 hundredths. And there we have it, the decimal, 0.30. And we just keep going like that. Okay? Now the strip doesn't end here. I just didn't have any more room. So keep going like that until we get to $1 or 100 cents. So let's try and find some of these numbers. So if we take this first one, 0.50, where do you think it's gonna be? Okay, you go ahead, pause the video, put your finger, or right now, just put your finger in front of the screen as where you think that's gonna be. In 3, 2, 1. All right, the most common mistake is gonna be putting it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Because that is actually not what it is describing. This is describing 50 hundredths. So I need to go to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There it is. Boom, that line right there, 50 hundredths. How about this one? In 3, 2, 1. Did you get it? Because it's not 40, it's 41 hundredths. How about this one, upside down? Can you do it upside down? In 3, 2, 1. It's not 70. Nope, it is 7. So I'm going to go 10, 9, 8, 7. And 7 what? 7 tenths? No, that's 7 little guys. 7 hundredths, because the 7 is in the hundredths spot. Let's go this one. 89 tenths. No, it's hundredths. So I'm going to go 60, 70, 80, 89. Boom. So close to 90 hundredths. That is close to 1, isn't it? Let's try this one. In 3, 2, 1. Did I do this again? Does that go here? No, it doesn't. Did you see it? 0.7, not 0.07. So this is actually 7 tenths, not hundredths. So I'm going to go, well, this was 80 hundredths. So this right here is 70 hundredths or 7 tenths. If you want that ghost 0 hanging out there, that's the same thing as 70 hundredths. Okay. All right, let's do one more. Which one am I going to do? I'm going to do this one. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, boom. And this right here is 0.3, or otherwise known as 3, not hundredths, it's tenths. So I have it going right here. Okay, that was a 0.3. And there is a ghost 0 hanging out. Can't see it. That's the same thing as 30 hundredths. See it? That's 30 of those little guys. 30 pennies. Or same thing as 3 dimes or 3 tenths of a dollar. Okay? All right. I have more practice, but you know what? We just got a lot of practice in. So let's just try one more thing. Let's look at number 2 right here. For each number, circle the other numbers that are equal, equivalent. To what? To this right here. Okay, so what is that? 0.7. Is that the same thing as 7? Is $7 the same thing as $0 and 7 goes 70 cents? Heck no. No. Okay, how about this one? Are these the same thing? Are these equivalent? Well, there was no 0 on this one, but there is a 0 here. The ghost 0 we cannot see. So yes, this is the same thing. 70 hundredths is the same thing as 7 tenths. We can see that on the number line. 6, 7, that's what they're talking about right here. Okay. That's 7 of the tenths, and it's also 70 hundredths. How about this one? Is $70 worth the same thing as 70 cents? No. Some people wish. Okay, how about this one? 7 tenths. Well, where did I put it? I put it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those tenths. Yes, and that 7 is in the tenths spot. Cha-ching. Is that the same thing as 70 hundredths? So is this the same spot as 70 of those little guys? Yeah, it is. That is the same thing, right? We can put that ghost 0 there and see it. How about this one? Is 0.07 the same thing as 0.7? No, because the ghost 0 here is on the right. The 0 here is written in before the 7 and after the decimal point. So this is 7 cents. That's only right here. That's right there. Okay, 7 cents is very close to 0. Whereas 0.7 is very close to being $1 whole. So no way. And then this one, 7 hundredths. Well, that's right here. 7 of those little guys. And we already just said no to that. Okay? All right, you guys, we just worked it with decimals and fractions on a number line. Way to go. Onward.